No federal troops in the city of Chicago. No militarized force in the city of Chicago.
58 shootings over the long holiday weekend. 8 of them were deadly.
The fact of the matter is this. Mayor Johnson has a dismal approval rating. And so going against President Trump probably in his mind seems like the right thing to do.
Not alone in thinking that this isn't what you signed up for. You are not alone in questioning whether it's moral, just, right, or in this case, even legal.
The city of Chicago is currently in chaos. Mayor Brandon Johnson, refusing Trump's help, has a very low approval rating and also has an issue with the school board and wants them to cover his tracks, right? Oh, and also the military? Yeah, some former military personnel are actually pushing back against the idea that they want the National Guard there in the city of Chicago. Let's break it all down.
No federal troops in the city of Chicago. No militarized force in the city of Chicago.
A violent holiday weekend. At least 7 people were shot and killed and dozens more wounded. Kata Truss lives in Chicago. She is the director of the Community Roundtable and joins us now. Great.
Well, first of all, this has been a very violent weekend in the city of Chicago. As a matter of fact, the last several weekends in Chicago have been very violent. And so when Mayor Johnson stands there and talks about taking over the city and not letting troops come in, it's as opposed to what? As opposed to the high crime that's here, as opposed to the murders and the violence that's going on, as opposed to businesses being afraid to open their doors because they're constantly being robbed. What's the point in this? You know, the fact of the matter is this. Mayor Johnson has a dismal approval rating. And so going against President Trump probably in his mind seems like the right thing to do. He has never listened to the people and what we really want since he's been in office. And, you know, what is really happening here is I feel that the mayor is probably deflecting. He's deflecting from the fact that he mismanaged the city's money by supporting the migrant crisis. And he asked the Board of Education to take out a junk loan for the city to cover costs. That's basically what the loan is for. So now that the Board of Education has refused, most of the measures that he's really tried to push in this city have been turned down because they've been things that have not been beneficial to the people here.
So let's get this right. Trump offers help. Brandon Johnson says no. Is that leadership or is that pride talking? Because on the ground, Chicago families, they don't care about none of that shit. They need safety, they need reassurance, and they need some damn good leadership. And Mayor Brandon Johnson is currently not providing any of those. And then the worst part about all of this, right? The flipping mayor may have actually lost millions on this stupid ass migrant crisis. Then turns around and possibly, allegedly, asks the school board to essentially take out a loan to replace that money. Obviously, they refuse, which does say a lot. When your own school board in the city that you're mayoring or supposed to be leading over, they don't even want to help you. They don't want no ties to you, sir. On to the next clip.
Today, military veterans and attorneys rallying at Federal Plaza. They are calling on Governor Pritzker to protect National Guard troops and support military members, as there are repeated threats from President Trump that they could be deployed to Chicago to crack down on crime.
Guard and military members, you are not alone. You are not alone in thinking that this isn't what you signed up for. You are not alone in questioning whether it's moral, just, right, or in this case, even legal.
According to the Chicago Police Department, there were 58 shootings over the long holiday weekend. 8 of them were deadly. President Trump writing on Truth Social this morning, Chicago is the worst and most dangerous city in the world by far. Pritzker needs help badly. He just doesn't know it yet. I will solve the crime problem fast, just like I did in D.C. Chicago will be safe again. Members of the Illinois Freedom Caucus are urging Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson to welcome federal assistance to fight crime.
Everybody in the state of Illinois, including the residents of Chicago, deserve to be safe. And it's our view that Governor Pritzker is playing politics and trying to raise his profile for a presidential bid rather than keeping the residents of the city of Chicago safe.
And now, look at this, bro. Even people who formerly were in the military are now speaking against having the National Guard being called into their city for protection, I might add. That is extremely powerful because it shows the level, the S tier level of division amongst those who want actual justice and actual safety and actually have crime eradicated than those who think that the eradication of crime is a bit too unjust. My take, oh, Mayor Johnson, he's trying to juggle too many balls and he lost all of them. He has a city in crisis, a school board that he doesn't get along with at all, and then he has this issue with President Trump and trying to stop President Trump from actually doing what the mayor should have done a long time ago, which is keep the streets of Chicago extremely safe in every neighborhood possible. And then the unfortunate part of all of this is that the average everyday Chicago resident is the ones that are paying the price for all of this bickering, all of this back and forth, all of this deceptive, oh, I'm going to go shoot the $1 million ball into the migrant bucket and give them that. Yeah, the regular average people are suffering. And then the sad part about all of this is Chicago residents are the ones feeling all of this political tug of war. So the big question is, right? The big question is Mayor Brandon Johnson putting politics before the people? Is he putting pride before the people? Did bringing in the migrants actually sink the city of Chicago's budget? And is the junk loan actual proof that that actually happened? And based on what happened over the weekend of Labor Day, right? In any city, should the National Guard be an automatic sin for the following week? So let me know your comments in the comment section because this is bigger than just one mayor. This is about how cities can survive a crisis. This has been your guy, Clayton Arzino, signing out.